NNRG.
By the way, just to clarify, the only reason why it's possible, really, for there to be three-way ties like that is because only about a quarter of my Patreon supporters actually vote on the selections, which, you know, is fair. A lot of people don't like to vote on stuff all the time, but, you know, if you ever see your favorites, you might want to try to get it in there, just in case. But anyways, so today's game is Airborne Ranger. Let's get it started here. So on a disk image. Now, I definitely had to look up a manual for this one, because this is not a simple game. I went through it for like 1 minute and I was like, nope, this is not something I'm figuring out on my own accord. And that's kind of odd. An intro like this, and I am hearing no audio. And I am 100% certain the audio is working. Okay, so let's skip past the intro here. And I think it's going to go into trainers. Yep. So I think with this one you use the cursor keys to select stuff, but we're just going to go start game. And I think there's quite a bit... Or no, we already got a title screen. And we got some music. So yeah, this is actually a game which showed up on multiple platforms, and I think there's a DOS version as well, so maybe this will show up on ADG someday, but yeah, it's another one of MicroProse's simulation games, which is why this is not a simple one. Like, this is something where it makes sense if it's on like a platform like DOS or something, but because we're talking about a Commodore 64, you have to wonder, how is that even going to work? And the way it works... Because I didn't actually press anything, it's just loading on its own. The way it works is that you use the joystick for like moving and firing stuff, but everything else is handled with the keyboard. So yeah, to be fair, you're not pushing the keyboard keys a lot, but you do have some important ones, like there's a map key, there's a key you use the function keys to change your weapon. There's also special keys you have to press for arming time bombs and stuff like that. I don't think we're going to see much of that because I'm probably just going to stick with the simplest aspects of the game. Okay, and here we are with the first screen here. So yeah, normally what you would do with this game is you would go to assign a veteran ranger to create a character profile, and then you could basically like carry that profile through the various kinds of missions in order to build them up. But you have to create a roster diskette for that, and then you got to go through saving and loading. Whereas Practice Ranger basically means play whatever mission type you want. It's not going to save any data or anything. If you lose, there's no consequences, stuff, etc., etc. So basically, this is the way we're going to do it. So press the fire button, and we have a lot of mission options. The one thing that's a little annoying is the selecting items in the menu here. Every once in a while, I'll just tap it to push the... make it move, and it either won't move or will actually move twice. Yeah, it just moved twice there from one press, and there was a couple of moments there where I tried to push and it didn't move at all. So whatever it's doing for selecting stuff in the menus is not done very well. I think let's do a simple one. Let's do steal a codebook. That's a challenge level 1. And we can also select a difficulty, and this basically just raises the challenge level. So, easy to hard, we're gonna stick with easy because this is not an easy game. Steal a codebook. Infiltrate an enemy headquarters area, find the communications post, and move next to it to steal the codebook. Warning, enemy units are expecting trouble. This is a temperate mission. I think there's like desert missions and other types of missions as well. So memorize your objective, press fire to continue. Okay. And now we get some loading. We get a lot of loading. This actually takes a solid amount of time to load, so I will let you know how long it takes once I cut ahead. That was about 1.5 minutes to get to this screen. Now, thankfully, the developers were clearly aware that loading took a while because they actually have this screen show up as soon as it finishes loading, which requests you to press the fire button before it actually begins. And this is going to help me as well in terms of recording footage for this because I can just warp speed the long loads and then don't have to worry about skipping into the gameplay. So press fire to continue. So the first thing we're doing is we're flying over the base to the drop zone, and we're supposed to put down supply drops. Let's put one here as well. I think we'll also put one here. Think that'll be good. Actually, maybe I didn't space those out well enough. Okay, it's time to do the parachute, so we'll go from here. Now, I think the little blue... Well, it's hard to say. The little blue, the rough-looking blue areas are landmines or something like that. I think the deep blue stuff that looked like diagonal lines are like trenches or something. So yeah, I think the stuff to my bottom left, or just to the left in general, are like landmines. So let's try going through the trench here. The controls are actually kind of weird. So when you press a direction, your character has to rotate to face that direction first. And once they're facing that direction, pressing that direction moves them. So it's a little weird, but I kind of understand what they're going for here. And we do have a map screen. It's the run stop key. It also shows us what our ammunition is for the weapons we have. So we also have a first aid kit on hand. It's got some grenades, got a time bomb in case we need it. And also the map screen pauses the gameplay, so that's good too. And then if we hit the space bar, that lets us go prone, which, you know, we won't move as fast, but I'm not entirely certain how this helps. Although at least I managed to get that enemy that sneaked up on me, or snuck up on me. Okay, so let's go, whoop. Get that guy. Okay, the enemies are already starting to move in on me, so I better... Whoops, got shot there. So yeah, you can see that a white box showed up for me now. So the way the indicators work at the top there, I think the green is fatigue. So the more fatigued you become, the harder it becomes to move and stuff. And then the white box, the three little boxes next to it, one of which is filled in at the moment, white, those are your wounds. And if you end up with 3 wounds, then you die. Now, I'm not sure how ammo limits work here, but hopefully we can make it through this without too much difficulty. I think that little X there might have been where I made... Yeah, those little X's are where I made my supply drops. So... let's see if we can get to that one that's to the north of us. So we gotta get by this wall first. Now, what was our mission again? I think we were trying to steal a code book. Not sure exactly where that's going to be, but... okay, so far so good. Let's see... okay, I want to go northwest. Trouble is, I think that that big shape to the northwest of my position is like some kind of ammo, like, what do they call it? Like I think they call them pillboxes or something like that. They're like those little, I don't know a lot of warfare stuff, but there's these kinds of sort of structures they would build with just these little slots in them so that they could stick guns out of them. And then you'd have guys in these structures surrounded by this thick structure that would be difficult to penetrate with gunfire. The idea being they could just spray bullets everywhere and not have to worry about stuff. So I think that's what that is. Not 100% certain. So I think I want to get those supplies and then get the heck away from it. So let's go back into it. And hope that I can get there without too much difficulty. I can hear gunfire. Oh, I took another hit. So first aid. I'm trying to remember what the first aid key is. I better pause the game as I go back to my reference here for the controls. Insert delete is the first aid key. So I'm not sure what that is on this keyboard here. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so I used some first aid, which gave me a hit point back, or cleared one of my wounds anyways. Okay, picked up the supplies. Let's get away from there. Oh wait, did the enemy shoot their own people? Like, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if the game allows that to happen, but... Well, that guy's in the trench. It's going to be hard to shoot. Okay, there we go. Now, it's interesting that the game doesn't force you to be super accurate with your shots. Well, I want to be careful, because I think those are landmines right ahead of me. Okay, and the last supply drop I placed, basically directly to the north of me. I might have to make a little trip around, though. And then I'm not sure exactly where the code book's going to be. I think the X indicator there is the drops, basically the pickup zone. I think that's where we have to go when we're done the mission. And I think the code book's probably going to be in one of those two structures that have the little doors on them. We've already eaten through like half of our time limit, though. So, although it looks like this map is a lot smaller than it feels like looking at the overhead here. So I think we got enough time to visit both, just in case, but I guess we're going to find out. Okay, so here's one of the structures. Let's make sure we're not followed inside. I have no idea if I stole the codebook or not. You know, the codebook could also be where that strange blue symbol is near the top. I'm wondering if I should actually make the effort to go to the... You know what? Let's go for that blue symbol instead, because that's a little more unusual. But this could end up wasting a bunch of time. I guess I'm going to find out. Ow! I just barely got missed by that grenade that the enemy threw at me. Oh yeah, that looks like it's probably a codebook. It has a C on it. It's probably important. Ow, my wounds are getting a little intense. Better use another first aid kit. Oh wow, they really don't want me coming to this thing. Okay, I definitely took something. So I think I just got the codebook. So let's get the heck out of here. So I think the pickup point was over here somewhere. Oh, I just turned blue if I stand in this area here. So now what? Do I just wait? That doesn't seem right. Okay, calling for pickup is actually the back key. So let's get out of there, hit the back key, or that was just the insert delete key. Which key? Uh-oh. Now I got a problem because I don't know which key is mapped to back for this. Okay, that makes sense. The back key is actually the tilde key, just because of the way it is on the C64 keyboard. Okay. Made the call, so now I just have to wait to be picked up. Or did it cancel it because of the, I'm not sure. Like, I'm pretty sure... Oh! What? I pushed the time bomb down? What? I'm pretty sure I didn't push the time bomb key. Like, I mean, it's saying that I succeeded with the mission and got a lot of merit points for eliminating enemy troops and stuff, but of course, regrettably, you did not survive, which means if we were playing, like, the veteran mode, that mean we'd have to basically start over again. Because, yeah, dead people can't do missions. And yeah, I was looking at the keyboard layout again, and it looks like maybe the end key on the normal keyboard, like, well, a modern keyboard is equivalent to the back key on the C64 keyboard, but it showed the same... The keyboard mapping I'm looking at is showing the same thing on the tilde key too. So why did the tilde key activate the time bomb when the time bomb is supposed to be the 5, 6, and 7 keys? Well, actually, you know what? Let's do the whole thing with the time bomb. The first option here is destroy a munitions depot. Let's go for that. So do easy skill. So here we go. Destroy a munitions depot. Enemy depot consists of an ammunition shack, a bunker-like explosive magazines, and a fuel dump. All 3 should be destroyed. Oh. I'm not sure if it's going to give me 3 time bombs to do this with. Although they maybe put in the and the drops I get. So, I guess we'll find out. Although we got quite the load ahead of us, but I'm just going to use warp speed, which is 10 times faster than real speed, and this load should be over, well, it's still going to take a hot moment. There it goes. Yeah, warp speed is a nice thing to have when it comes to loading on the Commodore 64, but that's what you get with emulation. You don't get that on the real thing. Although with the real thing, you could have fast loaders and stuff, but, yeah. Drop there. And then I'm going to actually parachute in to right around where I made that drop. And you can actually control your parachute when you're landing here too. So I'm going to try to get right around where I made the drop. And we'll see how this goes. Oh, I landed like right next to it. Okay, so let's see what my inventory's like here. Yeah, it did give me an extra time bomb. Okay, so as long as I make sure to get my drops, I should get the time bombs I need. Now, looking at the map here, though, I'm not exactly certain what structures we're supposed to be taking out. You know what? Taking a closer look at the map here, it looks like the 3 structures we have to take out are all along the top there. So there's that, like, house-like thing at the far left, near the top. We got another circular thing, but instead of having just a slot on it, it has a door on it, and that's its sort of middle top. And then we got that whole grid of squares near the drop zone, and I think that's going to be like the fuel depot or something. So, I probably shouldn't have scattered my supply drops as much as I did. Ooh, it's a lot harder to see where the landmines are. I still can. So I'm not going to walk over them, because I got a funny feeling walking over a landmine is a really bad idea. Okay, I definitely want to try to stay to the right side of things here, if I can. Because there seems to be... Ah, darn it, I didn't see that. I walked right into a landmine. Oh, well, that's a fast way to lose a mission. Okay, I got another one of these munitions depot things lined up. Okay, so it looks like we're going to have to be on this side of things. We're going to put a supply drop there. I'm going to put another supply drop there. And then we're going to do one more right here. And in fact, that's where I'm going to try to aim for with the parachute. Let's see if we can get over the trench. Oh yeah, cleared the trench easily. So I should actually land really close to where that supply drop was. Are we going to land right over top of it? I don't think so. In fact, I think it's a little south of where I landed. Or wait, I don't see it. Maybe I did actually land right on top of it. I did land right on top of it. It already gave me the extra first aid kit and everything. How's that for positioning? So basically, if I just go straight north, I should be able to get my supply drops and get to the, get to my targets. The only thing is there are some not so pleasant things in the way, so we're just gonna have to do our best to dodge stuff, shoot stuff, survive, all that stuff. One thing I should point out too is that when you're done on the map screen, you can actually press the fire button and it'll take you back to the main gameplay. So you don't have to push run stop to go back to the main gameplay. Which is good. Well, oh, I'm really getting hit here. I gotta use a first aid kit. Ooh, there's some barbed wire here. Forgot about that. If we walk around it, I think my second supply drop is in this area. I think. Although, a part of me wonders now if there's any, there it is. If there's any disadvantage to putting all of your supply drops just all at once and then just taking everything with you. Unless you're not allowed to. But, like, I mean, it looks like it's letting me carry everything. I don't know. Oh, that's something I didn't notice. It is very barbed wired in front of me there. Now you do have the ability to run as well. I think if you push the control key. Or that doesn't seem to be working. Could be that the control key is mapped differently in the emulation, in which case I have no idea which key it's supposed to be at the moment, but making sure to dodge stuff over there. I mean, one benefit to being right at the edge of the base here is that Everything has to come at me from nothing can come at me from the east, basically. But I do need to move over at some point. And, you know, it just occurred to me that I put my other supply drop literally right next to one of those bunkers with the enemies shooting out of it. Maybe I should just not get that one. Because I think that might be a little deadly trying to go for it. So, whoops. I think I can do this with 3 time bombs. I hope I can do this with 3 time bombs. So I should say that even though the controls are a little awkward, they are responsive, surprisingly, because the game's not running at 60 frames per second, and yet it feels very controllable despite that. Either way, let's set a time bomb. 10 seconds. Oh, wait, that didn't actually set it. That set it. Let's get away. Although I do want to see it blow up. Make sure this actually works. Oh yeah, that worked. Okay. So, setting a time bomb does the trick for that stuff. The question is if I'm going to need all 4 of them or not. Hopefully not. Otherwise, this is going to be a little crazy. Well, wait, is this closed off? I might have to blow my way inside in order to set the time bomb. I want to get rid of this guy first. Well, maybe I shouldn't, because he's not, so far, not really much of a threat. Okay, so let's get the grenades armed. Okay, that actually worked. That blew it open. Okay, so we'll go inside. See, this is another reason why I'm using emulation, because I just had to pause for a train passing. And if I was on a real emulator, well, I guess this particular game you have a pause key at least. It's run stop key. Brings up the map. But anyways, back to the normal emulation. Let's set the time bomb for 10 seconds. Lay it. Get out. And then get away. I'm going to guess we don't have to actually be in the vicinity for it to explode. Yeah, it's definitely processing stuff without us having to be in visual range. Actually, let's confirm. Yeah, I don't see it on the map anymore. We blew it up. Perfect. Like, a part of me is worried that blowing this up is going to be, like, bad for our health. But let's do it anyways. Set the time bomb for 15 seconds, because I'm a lot less confident about getting clear of this one. Hey, you guys following me? Maybe you shouldn't be that close to the fuel depot. Well, the explosion happened. Oh yeah, that took out the entire fuel depot. Yeah, it's obliterated. Let's get the heck out of here. And this time, not accidentally set a time bomb and destroy ourselves when we hit the... Okay, we're in the pickup zone. So... Oh yeah, look what happened. When I hit the back key, it actually dropped the pickup timer down. And there we go. Okay, you still have to walk up to the... You can get shot while you're being picked up? That's not cool. Well, at least we still had wound space left, so we weren't gonna die from getting one hit, shot by one thing. But hopefully that still counts us as successfully being picked up. I can't imagine why it wouldn't be, but you never know. Like, what if we got shot and just let go because of the injury we just took? And here we go. Good work, Ranger. Another successful mission. For achieving your mission goal, you were awarded 5,000 merit points. 2,500 merit points were earned for elimination of enemy troops and installations, including 38 soldiers and 3 military targets. And yeah, that's basically what this game is about, is just pulling off these different missions and earning points and seeing yourself to additional ranks and stuff if you're playing a veteran officer. Because that's the idea with a lot of military-based games like this, is that you're playing a character that's moving up the ranks by completing assignments without getting killed. Like, that's how a lot of them work. And it's kind of funny that I haven't actually covered a game like that on Ancient DOS games yet. It's not that I don't have them in the requests list or don't want to cover them, it's that I haven't really... I haven't really come across any good ones to show. Like, I haven't acquired any good ones to show, is the better thing to say. But I am on the lookout for some, so maybe we'll see one of them at some point in the future. But for now, we can at least get a glimpse of what they're like here right now with this one here. And this is definitely one of the simpler ones when it comes to that, because some of these military-based sims do dive pretty deeply into what you're supposed to be doing, and it can get pretty intense as a result of that. So this one, very simple by comparison, and as a C64 title, this actually plays really well. So if this is your kind of game, then this one is going to be right up your alley.